Now that we have our project all set up, we're ready to actually start integrating the Google Maps tools. So that's going to be the Google Maps SDK and the Google Directions API. Those are the two tools that we're going to be using for this course. So the best place to start is the documentation, most of the time anyway. So here I am in the docs. You can see I'm at Maps, Documentation, Android SDK, and Start. So I'm just going to follow the instructions. If I scroll down, it tells you to download Android Studio. Obviously, we've already done that. Next is installing the Google Play Services SDK. So these are going to be the tools or the dependencies that you need to use Maps and Google services in general. So I open that in a new tab here, and I'm just going to scroll down, and I want to find the ones that we need. We're going to need the locations, locations right here, and also maps right here. So I'll start by copying the maps one. I'm going to go back to Android Studio, and notice that I have the different branch checked out, by the way, integrating Google Maps SDK Start. So make sure you got the right branch checked out. I'm going to open the build.gradle app file, and now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to add that dependency. I'll just add it to the very bottom here. So I'll type implementation and then quotations and the dependency. Now I'll go back to the documentation and I'm going to grab the second one right here. Once again, back to Android Studio. I'll write some comments here. So Google services, and we'll do one last one. So implementation, and there we go. So Google locations. All right, so we can hit sync after that. I'm going back to that original page right here, and if I just keep scrolling down, it says the next step here is create a Google Maps project. So obviously, once again, we've already done that, so I'm going to move down to the next step. Next is getting a Google Maps API key. So the API, to use any of the Google Maps APIs or Google's APIs in general, you always need an API key. You need to get the API key into your project, and then you follow their instructions to basically utilize the API key so that you can access their APIs. So I'm just going to click over here on get an API key, and that's going to take us to the next set of instructions. So once again, just following the instructions here, I'm going to click on get started, and that's going to take me to the Cloud Google console. So I'm going to click on Maps because you can see here that we want to use the Maps SDK for Android, so you can see that's included right there. And we're also going to want routes because if I hover over right here, you can see that that includes the Directions API. My other Google Maps course that's on YouTube actually does the places, but we're not going to do places in this one. We're focusing on the Directions API and the Google Maps SDK for Android. So we want these two things. Now I'm going to click continue. And so now I need to select a project. Because we created a Firebase project, you can see that the project is showing up right here. If you didn't do that previously in the Firebase console, then your project isn't going to show up here and you would have had to create a new project. But since Firebase is actually owned by Google, the Firebase projects show up with any of the Google Cloud projects. So you can see obviously there's our Google Maps project right there. So I'm just going to click on that one. I'm going to go to next. Okay, great. So there we go. It says enable Google Maps platform. So this will enable 10 Google Maps platform APIs and create an API key for your implementation. Okay, so I'll click next. By the way, I'm not actually 100% sure if you can do this without enabling billing on your account. I know that you can do it without being charged because unless you use it in production and you're making tons and tons of requests, you're not going to be charged. So at most, it's going to ask you for a credit card, but you're not going to be charged for anything you do, so don't worry about that. Okay, so this is the API key that we're going to use. I'm not going to copy it quite yet because we still need to do a couple things. I need to make sure that the correct APIs have been enabled. So for now, I'm just going to click done. So sometimes in my experience, the right APIs don't get enabled. So remember when we clicked on the maps and the routes, we were just in the Google Cloud Console and it said it enabled 10 APIs. In my experience, sometimes that doesn't actually work. So it's best to confirm that that's working correctly before we move forward. So what we're going to do is go over to the navigation menu over here. I'm going to go to APIs and services and I'm going to click on dashboard. So if you go in here, what we're looking for is the Directions API for one. So there you can see I have the Directions API and it's enabled. And we're also looking for the Maps SDK for Android. So you want to make sure that those two things are enabled in your project. If they're not, then what you're going to need to do is go up here to enable APIs and services. And you can click, okay, there's the Maps SDK for Android, but you can also search. So you can just go Android Google Maps. And then you can see the Maps SDK for Android shows up. You would click on there, and you would click this. This would show a big enable button, and you click on that. So if that's not enabled, make sure you enable that. Next is the Directions API. So we type directions. You can see there's the Directions API. You click that, and once again, if it's not enabled, there's going to be an enabled button or enable button right here, and you just want to click that. So once you've enabled those, they should be showing up in this list. That's just what you want to confirm. You want to confirm that you have the SDK for Android and you have the Directions API, because those are going to be the ones that we're going to be using. All right, so let's go back to the documentation and see what's next. Let's see. We're going to go back to the start. So after we get our API key, it's telling us that we need to create an Android restricted API key for your project. So you don't actually have to create an Android restricted API key. You can use any API key, but I'll show you what they mean by that just so it's clear to you. So I'm back in the console here. If you want to go, so right from the navigation menu, you can go to APIs and Services, go to Credentials, and this is going to be where all your API keys are. So this is the, which one? This is the API key that I created when I was actually building the project. This is the one that was just generated right now live on video. So technically I have two here. You're just going to have one. It's either going to be API key or API key and then some number. So I'm actually going to delete this one because we don't need this one. Don't delete it on your end. I'm only deleting this because I did it before when I built the project, and now I'm doing it again on video, so there's a double here. So I'm deleting that one. But what you should see is something that says API key or API key 4 or API key 1 or something like that, and it'll be generated on today's date, whatever today's date is. So what they mean by restricting an API key to Android only is if I click on the API key and I go down here, and I would go down to restrict it to Android apps only, and I would put my SHA-1 certificate here and the package, and that would restrict it so that the API key could only be used by Android apps. But I don't really care about that. I'm not going to put this into production, so I'm not worried about that. So basically I'm good to go. I have my API key, I have my everything I need to enable enabled, the Directions API, the Google Maps SDK. So basically I'm good to go in terms of API keys and which stuff I have enabled. So let's go back to the documentation and see what's next. So if we go back to the Getting Started guide, it says we got the API key, now we need to copy the API key into the project. So I'm going to copy this API key. I'm going to open up Android Studio, and I'm going to open the values folder, go to strings, and I'm going to create a new string that says Google Maps API key. I'm going to paste that in. Don't copy my API key. I'm going to disable my Google Maps API after I record this video, so you're not going to be able to use it. Just as an FYI, you'll definitely need to get your own. That's not going to work. Yeah, just thought I'd clarify that because you'd be surprised. People often try to do that kind of thing. So, all right, let's go back to the instructions and see what's next. Oh yes, so this is where the documentation kind of gets, well, there's room for improvement, let's just say. There's not like a clear path on what to do next. As you can see, it kind of goes into an example, which we're actually not even ready to do an example. There's still some steps that you need to follow. And you can see it says you can follow the full process for getting an API key here, which is actually just this tab here. So let's, follow the instructions still, I guess, but you'll see very soon they're kind of, there's room for improvement here. So step 2 is actually correct. We need to add this to our manifest. So I will click copy, and let's go to the manifest, and I'm going to click down here, and I'm going to reference our API key. So Google Maps API key. Now I'm going to go back to the instructions again, and let's see what it says. So at this point, it doesn't really say much else. Everything going, oh, here we go, actually. Getting the IP. So it actually does say go to the credentials page, but I don't think this page is done very well. It's kind of like, it's not really clear. It just talks about getting the SHA-1 certificate, specifying your app specifying the API key so it will just work for Android, but it's not like a clear step. It's like, here, go here next. But what you do have to do is go to the credentials page. So it does technically say that, but not really. I mean, this is not well written in my opinion. So anyway, we're going to the credentials page. So here we are back to the credentials page. So if you scroll down, let's see what it tells us to do. So get an API key, got all that. Add the settings, required settings to your manifest. So here's what we need to do. Add the required settings to your manifest. This we haven't done yet. So I'm going to copy this, go back to Android Studio, paste that in. So that's good, another step done. Now continuing to move down here, include the API key in your manifest. So that's what we already did. That was this step right here, adding it to your manifest. So as you can see, you can kind of see that it's not really super clear on the path. Like you kind of have to jump around between get started, get API key, and configuration to get the full picture, which is definitely not the best way to do things, I think. But anyway, so next is specifying permissions. So they've changed this recently. You actually only see, you can see you no longer need write external storage. You also don't even need internet permissions. The Google Maps SDK will automatically put internet permissions into your project. The only permission you actually still need, see, it's talking about that here. So don't need internet, don't need network access state. All you actually need is this OpenGL ES version 2, which is for rendering the map. So I'm going to click that. Let's add that to up here. Go to the instructions. Use this library. If your app is targeting API level 28 or above, you must include the following declaration. Okay, so let's do that. Use this library. Oh, it's supposed to be in the application tag, so put that down here just below the metadata. Go back to the instructions again. And there is one thing we still need to do, although it's not telling me. I know I need to add a permission. So following, you don't need to add them explicitly. If you're targeting earlier versions of Google, you must request. Oh, okay. So if you're targeting earlier versions, you must use write external storage. So we might as well just add that in. So we'll put that up here. I thought you had to use one of the network stake ones, but I guess not. So anyway, just write external storage. That's all you need. So I think that's it. That is setting up everything for the Google Maps SDK, Google Directions API, and everything should be good to go in your project at this point. So we're not going to actually test anything. I'm gonna kind of stop the video here, and then in the next one we're going to move forward and start working with the Google Maps SDK. So I'll see you in that next video.